nowhere else, but this is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to another edition of the local show here on GrassRoots Community Network. I'm Erik Scarvin, your fun-loving host with my dog Marley. Her 5th show, you guys. Still getting her TV legs. My 2-year-old yellow lab here. Good girl. And I'm so excited this week to have a return guest, longtime friend. He is the owner of Highlands Ale House, the favorite local spot at Aspen Highlands. Welcome back, Kevin
Hey,
Joseph.
good to see you.
Yeah.
Happy to be back. Maybe 5th time here, 4th or 5th.
Dude, you're like a wily old veteran now.
I like it. Feels good. Never think I've been here in the summer, but
This could be your first summer show.
yeah, we will repeat. I already like it.
Lather, rinse, repeat, I like to say.
100%.
That's usually after an adventure.
Right.
And this show's an adventure.
Yeah.
Because we get to hang out for a little bit, talk, catch up before the show. I love Highlands. I love the ale house. That is my hang in the winter. That's my jam. When I'm not guiding snowshoeing or teaching fat biking or
You're a busy guy.
and to try to sneak in like we all have multiple hats and jobs and all that. And love my bowl laps, though. It's just such a magical getaway. And it's a great chance to get to know you as not just a business owner, but as a person. And you've been in the hospitality industry. I'm an H&R guy. I went to Wisconsin Stout, got my degree in hotel restaurant management. Worked my first 12 years in Aspen in hotels and restaurants,
I always
including
forget
the
that
old
fact.
Cooper Street Pier where I flipped burgers.
I bet those were good.
Oh, they're called the Ore Burger. And you could get those with fries and a little salad for about $9.99. So, you know, that's how long ago that was.
I like it. I like it. Not
but
too
as
bad.
someone in the industry, like, tell us a little bit about your background in hospitality.
Background in hospitality started, for the most part, in Aspen. I think I've mentioned to you, I grew up in the D.C. area
Yep.
and went to Boulder, kind of that traditional Aspen, path. Came here right after graduating, and actually going back when I grew up, I worked in restaurants and like country club restaurants or whatever with food and beverage, a lot of different things, and I always thought it was cool.
Okay.
But that's not what I studied. I studied finance and didn't intend to work at restaurants. Moved here in 2006, and first thing I did was moved next to the guy that had owned both restaurants at Highlands. Started working for him, kind of worked my way into it. 2008, 2009, a few partners and I bought one of his spaces.
Okay.
He was still on where we are now. We didn't take that at that point, and then kind of earned into it. And 5 years later, went into that space where we are currently. So 2013 is when the Ale House officially opened.
Wow.
And kind of have just, learned originally growing up in high school, and then have kind of learned along the way.
That's incredible. So 12 years now at the Ale House.
Yes.
Cheers to 12 years.
Plus the
this is
5
where we
prior to
need
that.
that frosted ale, in hand
I should have brought
to
some.
toast to that. Next time, though.
Winter.
Let's
Remind
do a
me.
little sampling in the winter.
We should, actually.
I mean, you guys have all those tap heads. There's a lot of good beer back there. We're going to talk about that during
I'll bring
the show.
some Wisconsin cheese, too.
Oh, man.
That'll be good.
That's a close. That closes the deal. Seals the deal.
Yeah, I'm into that.
So you're super busy like all of us, and like anyone who especially lives in Aspen has to work, to support that and cover the monthly nut, as my dad would say. But in your free time, I mean, your family guy. Tell us a little about your family and what you guys like to do in your free time.
Yeah, so I have 2 young daughters. One's almost 4, one's 2.
Wow.
So you can imagine the free time is limited. They actually love the restaurant more than anywhere. It's
Oh,
a very
cool.
kid-friendly place. The kids love it. It seems like they're naturally made for it.
Wow.
I mean, we go for walks. We cruise around. They haven't gotten into hiking or stuff like that. I like to hike. I play a lot of tennis at the Smuggler Racket Club for the most part, or the city courts. It's actually a tennis town. A lot of people don't think that. There's a lot of good tennis here.
Yeah.
That's kind of the general gist of what we do. We like to travel a lot. So travel, work out, walk, just cruise around.
Ski in the winter? Are all your kids skiers yet?
The 2-year-old wants to, so this winter she's going to.
Okay.
3.5-year-old skied 2 winters ago, a little bit, and then last winter she did December, and she skied for like most of March and started doing like the programs at Buttermilk, which are great actually.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask that. That's
Yeah.
a Buttermilk thing then, like Panda Peak, and
Yeah,
then kind of progress.
I take
from
her out
Panda.
there. That is a great thing actually, and I
Yeah.
think that lift is free, so you can go out and take the kids to learn
I didn't know
at
that.
a young age. So Ski-Co doesn't do a lift ticket for the base of the mountain, which is awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have hula hoops and they have teddy bears and all sorts of stuff. So she gets a kick out of it. It's a great activity. And then, yeah, she started into ski school, which actually is, you know, they have some great locals programs here too. And she loves it. She's super into it. And she wants to play tennis. She hasn't started yet.
I love
she's
tennis.
ready to go.
You know,
Padel is the new thing. Have you heard of this?
What's it called?
Padel.
Padel.
It comes from Spain or Argentina. It's popular in both.
What's that?
It's kind of like mini tennis. It's much more exercise than pickleball.
Than pickleball.
Has a little bit of racquetball because it has back glass walls.
Oh, interesting.
But it's played outdoors. There's a court right now at Smuggler. I think a lot of the clubs here are starting to get into it. I don't know if it's just
How do you spell that?
Padel. So paddle.
Padel.
Or they call it padel.
Okay.
I think there's both ways.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So
we can play
tennis,
you wanna
hybrid,
check it out?
racket sports.
It is kind of fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, I played racquetball. Worked at the old Aspen Club back in the day. It was top 10 ranked in the country in the 90s, where we had Chrissy and Martina hitting there. Regardless of the court, maybe Michael Jordan's hitting with Ahmad Rashad. We used to have this Guess Jeans sponsored Aspen Tennis Festival every summer. Johnny Mack and like Garolitis and Borg and all these guys were hitting here.
I had a few years I got to hang out at the Aspen Club. It was great.
Oh, it was amazing.
I miss it. And I did play racquetball
It's going to be
there.
reopened at some point, right?
Well,
I think they've restarted that.
I don't know about racquetball there, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's racquetball in Glenwood, I was just told.
If anything, it'll probably have pickleball courts because I guess it'll hit on the latest trend. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, buddy. We got so much to get into, including all the things we can look to at Highlands Ale House for the summer. It's not just a winter adventure at Highlands Ale House. We got great activities in the summer. I do want to thank my summer underwriters for making our series happen, June through September. We have Bridging Bionics, Haiti Children, Highlands Ale House, Klug Properties, Paradise Bakery, Pitkin County Solid Waste Center, Red Brick Center for the Arts, Sundog Athletics, We Cycle, and the Wheeler Opera House. I'll make sure I got them all, guys. It looks like I did. They're up in there now, locked in. I want to thank our underwriters for making this series happen. We'll be gone just for 2 minutes. We'll be back with Kevin Joseph, owner of Highlands Ale House, and so much more, so don't go away. Paradise Bakery and Gelateria is famous for their fresh homemade baked cookies, muffins, and gelato. Locally owned and operated, they're proud of their amazing crew and appreciate locals who've kept them in business, celebrating their 50th anniversary in 2026.
Join the string beans in helping reduce food waste in our community.
Plan menus carefully and only buy what you need.
Collect unused scraps for compost.
Ask for smaller portions in restaurants.
Take home leftovers to eat later.
Donate unopened food to our food bank.
Let's work in concert to reduce food waste.
Community is at the heart of Aspen, and I take great pride in being a part of it. I'm Chris Klug, and as a lifelong Aspen resident, my connection to this community runs deep. My involvement in local events and charities isn't just about giving back. It's about staying in tune with the community I love. Allow me to help you find your place in our incredible community together.
The Wheeler Opera House in the heart of Aspen, rooted locally, recognized globally. Your destination for music, comedy, dance, theater, and more. Learn more at WheelerOperaHouse.com. Aspen's creative art scene can be found at the Red Brick Center for the Arts, hosting exhibitions by Colorado artists, youth and adult art classes, working artist studios, and nonprofits. The Red Brick is launching the new Aspen Public Art Program. More at redbrickaspen.com. Located slopeside at Aspen Highlands, Highlands Ale House is open daily, offering affordable scratch-made comfort food, delicious beers and cocktails. Ideal after your Maroon Bells adventure or for a family meal. Rehearsal dinners and weddings are a specialty at our beautiful venue. We Cycle offers free 30-minute rides for short, transit-oriented trips along the 32-mile corridor from Aspen to Carbondale. New for 2025, Snowmass Village riders can access e-bikes at 11 popular locations. Learn more at wecycle.org.
I'm Amanda Buxtell, founder and executive director for Bridging Barnett's Foundation. Our Centre for Neurorehabilitation enables our entire community to get upright and regain mobility. We are where care continues.
Restoring and protecting the ecological integrity of Independence Pass for 36 years. Independence Pass Foundation works with volunteers of all ages to take care of the place we love. You're invited to enjoy and appreciate our extraordinary backyard.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Thanks for sticking with us here on the local show, guys. Here for you every week for now our 21st year, featuring inspirational locals like entrepreneurs and business owners like Kevin Joseph here. Just say for general entrepreneurial adventures, someone's thinking of starting a business, whether it's a restaurant or some other business, and let's localize it to the Roaring Fork Valley. What are some of those key tips to success?
I think always start from the ground up, which is to take care of our locals to start, because if the locals want to be there, everybody wants to be there. Everybody that you want to be there wants to be there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that has been our key. We've tried to remain as local friendly as we can, and we think we are.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. And just have a relaxed vibe. Don't be snobby. Don't be pretentious. That's one thing. Obviously, treat your employees, who are also our neighbors, treat them very well.
Yeah.
And treat them like your friends and family, for sure. I think those are the two main things, I think, and just offer a product that you have pride in.
Right, so you have to have the work ethic, right, to understand. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to work a lot, especially in H&R, in the hotel restaurant industry, where it's known that you're working 7 to 7. When I was in the Sardi House, for example, which I'm so saddened that it's not a community asset anymore, it's a private home. But when that was in the 90s, we had people like Oprah Winfrey staying there. I mean, we had Lee Iacocca coming in for our pancakes, who used to own Chrysler.
I didn't even know there was a restaurant there.
It was open to the public for breakfast and dinner. That's where I did some fine dine dinner waiting. We were known for our Colorado rack of lamb. Dinner was amazing. 6 tables. That was it in the dining room. That was cool. Special. But if you're management or owner, you're there all the time. Other businesses, maybe not as much, but part of it, you have to be willing to put in the time, right?
Yeah, you have to be. It's been a grind. It is a grind.
Yeah.
And some people think I'm just laying back, chilling. Sometimes I'm like, just because I'm not at the bar, or you don't see me all the time, I'm around.
Yeah.
And always doing stuff. There's always something to do. I never clear my to-do list, ever.
It's
I always think I'm going to.
Yeah. Or you're looking like there's light at the end of the tunnel, but then there's something else that will inevitably happen with
10
staff.
10 things off, get down to 2, and then 20 things come on.
Right.
Something breaks, or something happens. So you learn a lot of life skills in the restaurant industry.
I love how you started with the locals, though, and we do significant discounts for locals with our business, Sundog Athletics. Yeah. We're doing Saturday clinics as well for beginner mountain and road bikers for $74. Really shouldn't talk about the prices too much, but addressing the locals, let's talk about the summer local scene there. Because, right, it's indoors, outdoors like winter, and also special events. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, so for our daily business, we're open every day of the week. We're considering maybe not on Wednesdays, but today is Wednesday, by the way. But as of now, consider it every day of the week, and from 11 to 8, except Wednesday, Thursday, we close at 6. So you can still get an early dinner any night. We're open for lunch all of those days. And that was about 4 or 5 years ago, around when COVID hit. We actually used to only open for events at the Alehouse in the summer.
That's right.
We were open on the other side of the village, which we had a taqueria over there, which was great. We miss it. But we moved during COVID. It was such a hit that we moved over to the Alehouse side for daily business, like I just said.
Yeah.
And it's been great. It's way better than we ever expected. It's very relaxed. The winter can get a little crazy in there, as we all know.
Yeah.
Sometimes scary crazy. But in the summer, it is like, we have the lawn, we have the deck, which we have in the winter, and then we have the lawn. We have a 12,000, 13,000 square foot lawn, green, beautiful, flat grass lawn right at the base of the mountain. So the space is endless. Even if there's 100 people there, you don't feel it. It feels like your own private place. So it's meeting friends or bringing your kids there.
You could bring your dog out on the lawn.
I think dogs are cool.
Dogs are under control.
We like them to be under control. Leashed is the best way to do it, or very obedient. But it's a friendly place for that. Go take a hike on Highlands.
It's a great local hang. It's got a great vibe. You have affordability, which is so crucial, and ideal for weddings. because I mean that setting is gorgeous there. We have some images we'll bring up too.
Yeah.
But the wedding venue potential is incredible, right?
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say one more thing on the restaurant.
Yeah.
Also for dinner, we do Sunday night live music, which we can touch on later.
Sweet.
So that's been a hit. We kind of
Okay.
mixed it up the last few years. We're back on Sunday, about 5 p.m. Look out for our
Okay.
emails, and that's just a great place to, like I said, just hang out, have some beers, let everybody run around, hang out for a few hours.
I love it. And also weddings are growing. Well, Aspen's
Yeah.
always been a big hit for weddings in general.
It is.
But can you
That's
elaborate
been good
on
for
that
us.
opportunity?
That's been good for us, and we've been working to grow that business, mostly still in a grassroots way. We don't do a ton of advertising.
right.
And I mean, the lawn's so beautiful. The food that our chef Miguel puts out is incredible for events. Like, people are always shocked. They're like, it's just not just pizza and burgers. I'm like, for events, we have 6 or 7 different themes of menus.
Okay.
From carving station to barbecue to Italian, Mexican, and beyond. And we'll make custom menus because we do every different level, from local weddings or local birthday parties all the way up to pretty fancy rehearsal dinners.
I love it.
It's a great spot, and we can do events from 50 people up to 500 or more.
And of course, Highlands, that's amazing. And it's a great opportunity. And I would imagine there's some pricing advantages too versus having something in Aspen where these rental rates are so crazy. And
yeah, price and
catering and all
space
that.
for events.
Yeah.
Like we kind of run it at the beat of our own drum. We don't look at the competition that much. We just do what we think works for our space and our clients. And
Right.
it's worked for us. I think people come to us partially because there is value in events.
Yeah.
And it's getting way more expensive in town. Plus the space. You get a great space at the base of a mountain, and you get a lot of privacy for your event if that's what you're looking for, and a lot of people are. The value is there.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
You're a famous stop off too for people that want to go up to Maroon Bells, whether they're jumping on an e-bike or a bus. And I mean, that must be a significant part of the summer traffic, right? Kind of that Maroon Bells
It is.
relationship.
I think it used to be almost exclusively that. Now we do have a lot of locals or second homeowners even that come up because they've found our hidden gem for the summer, and it is. But as far as the Bells, like that. Now the Bells is on a reservation system. It's a little more complicated, but yes, we are kind of like the base village, we'll call it, for the Bells. And e-biking, as we all know here, has exploded. Road biking, people still do it. I think it's cool.
Oh yeah. There's a couple old guys like.
But the amount of e-bikes going up to Highlands, and now there's the new bike path going up Maroon Creek, which is helpful because that gets you. It's better than it was for sure.
That's amazing.
So yeah, we're looking for people to obviously stop over either on their way to or from the Bells, usually from, to have a nice cold one or a burger or whatever it is. People come over on their way back from Crested Butte and just lounge out on the lawn
I
for
hadn't even
hours
thought about that.
after the hike.
That's
Or
awesome.
just bike from your house or from town or whatever it is. It's not as far as people think it is. It's pretty
Right.
quick to get up there. And we're working on, just thinking here with Erik, I actually didn't even think about this before I was here, but doing some sort of show up on your bike and get X amount off, or some sort of beer promo or soda promo or whatever it is. We're working on something, so look out for something there.
Okay, so any kind of bike?
Sure,
Or
why
is it
not?
limited to you have to have human powered?
I know you. I know what your answer would be. We might say
So road
any-
bikers get 20% off,
Yeah.
and e-bikers get 2%
yeah,
off.
something like that.
Of course, I'm just joking. Don't mean to demean anyone cycling.
No, I
it's
know,
all
I know.
good. It's all good to be on a bike
I
versus
think
a car, for
ex-
sure.
Exactly. We'll probably say if it's on a bike, but a road bike will give you a bonus of some sort.
So mention if you're on a bike.
Especially if you pull your credit card out of your biker tights. That's
I love,
an extra bonus.
yeah. The jersey and the kind of attire gives it away right
That's
off
a good
the
one.
bat.
That's a
it's
good
not like
one.
you have to prove you're a cyclist when you're wearing Lycra. It's like
The guys have some funny stories. They're like, oh, this guy just came in road biking, and he's like reaching around inside of his pants for his
that
cash.
could be, yeah.
It's hilarious.
That could be a little bit risky.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit more about the Ale House, because, like, what would you say a couple of the biggest challenges are in running that business, and a couple of the biggest rewards?
Yeah, I think the challenges are that we are not in town. We are more isolated. We are highly seasonal. The day the ski area closes, after closing day, it's a ghost town.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. Aspen core is not necessarily a ghost town anymore in the off season as much as it used to be.
Right. There's still people around.
So we have that challenge, and that's maintaining staff. You're retraining every summer and every winter, and trying to retain staff. So that's a challenge, which we've done well with, but it's definitely a challenge, and it comes up twice a year.
Right.
Our landlord has been great as far as having being very reasonable with rent, so that has helped us out. He's been a great partner for us. Other challenges up there, I mean, parking, I'm going to say. There's ways around it, and there is free parking up by the bus, and you can take the bus or bike to Highlands, but there is parking up by the bus that a lot of people don't know about.
Right.
There's
up like 45 to
30,
90 minutes
45, 90 minutes, and we're working on parking, and Skico is open to the idea of helping us out, working on a plan with that works for everybody. I think food, rising labor and food costs, everybody knows about that, so keeping that under control, and I think we've done a good job. Obviously, we've had a lot of inflation in the last 4 years, and I think we've raised our prices below the actual even official rate of inflation, which food inflation has been higher than that. I've never done the official calculation, but it feels that way. Yeah, I know our burger's gone from maybe 20 to 24 with fries. I mean, with huge burger, Colorado beef, huge pile of hand-cut fries. Yeah. It sounds expensive, I understand, because some people are still getting used to the prices, and even I am. Yeah. But it's, we feel like we're offering value.
Definitely. Definitely. And like you said, Colorado grass-fed or what, it's like a lot of your food menu is locally sourced as well.
For sure.
Which is still expensive, but it's healthier, it's more energetic, right? The more localized your food. It's
not always more expensive. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe it's not traveling as far, so there's probably ways to make that more affordable as the buyer. Yeah. What about a couple of your main rewards? Like, what do you love? What do you love the most?
I think seeing how excited people get to still have a place that's laid back, fun. People are excited and give us great reviews. We're excited about it. Keeps us motivated.
Yeah.
Like when people have a great event or come in and say that burger was the best burger I've ever had.
Right.
It keeps us going. Right.
Right.
Or even you saying you guys are a locally serving establishment. It feels good to hear that.
It's true.
Yeah.
It really is true.
Yeah.
What about the social part? Like when you're there, like kind of owner, host, troubleshooter, employer. Yeah. I mean, some of those social interactions must be part of the fun, right?
Of course.
It's a social business.
It doesn't feel like work, and that's the important part, right?
Yeah.
When you're working a lot, it doesn't feel like work. I think that's what it sounds almost cliche because you hear it all the time, but I think there's truth to that, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm not working, I'm just doing my life, and it feels good. And of course, going out there and having 1 million people know your name. Like if I go out into the bar area, it's going to be a few hours necessarily till I make it back. To make it from one side of the restaurant to the other side can take some hours.
Right.
Yeah, like somebody, Miguel, our chef, or one of our guys might be waiting for something. They're like, oh, Kevin just went to get us this. And like they think it's going to be 2 minutes and it's like 2 hours. But they already know me by now.
Right.
No guarantees when I leave a place that I'm going to be coming back to you.
Right.
So you get to make your rounds.
I can totally relate to that. And Marley's actually still getting used to me stopping and talking, and now it's 10 minutes. Now it's 15 minutes. The guy's still going. Will he ever stop? And it's like, yeah, but it's part of, what we do, right? The social part. Actually, that helps differentiate you, right? Yeah. So when people see the owner out there, that's like, wow, this guy's a real owner-operator. He's really vested. We know his name. Reminded me kind of like Norm, except you weren't the client walking into Cheers. You were the owner walking, and everyone goes, Kevin.
Yeah.
Right? That's got to be really fun and really rewarding.
It is good. It is good. There's not that much of that in Aspen these days anymore.
Well,
There's not that many independently owned restaurants in the Upper Valley by any means.
It's gone to a lot of like the retail, a lot of high-end chains, and it's kind of like someone who's not even living here, they're out of state or whatever, maybe some East Coast model that usually doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I think, when you got the locals, that's so many levels of business and so many levels of fun, right? You get the referrals as well, which is so valuable. Word of mouth, Yeah. It's a big part of the marketing, right?
Huge. I think that's how we survive. Like I mentioned, this is our advertising here, to be able to talk to you.
Yeah.
We do some email blasts. We do have some ads at the airport. That's like our number one thing because we have some great partners that have an office at Highlands that we work together. Outside of that, we don't do a ton, and we do get we get back to the community in any which way we can. We try and offer. It sounds like just had some kids show up. We do offer. I don't know. I lost track.
Yeah. No. I mean, it goes to again. I think the social part, the local part. The rewards in the business. Obviously, you have to work hard at it, but there's so many rewards in there too.
We work with nonprofits, and we're looking to get back in the community. So if anybody has some needs, of course, reach out. We're always looking to help out in any way we can and provide space for something. you know, in the sad aspect, we do memorials when people pass, and we try and make them a happy place. It's a nice place to be on the lawns. We do too many of those, but at the same time, it's kind of giving back to the community and hoping to create a nice community space. Is the way we see it, because there's not that many of them around.
Well, you hear about the benefits, the ski patrollers that are in there having events, whoever's having events. Great spot for locals, visitors, part-time homeowners. It's just got a great vibe.
Yeah, it does. We've maintained the shift beers with ski patrollers for 17 years.
Wow.
Every ski patroller at Highlands gets a free drink when they come down.
I love that.
We've still maintained it.
We've got about a minute, a little more than a minute. Let's talk about just the ale, because it's called Ale House. Talk about the ale a little bit. You could talk about the quality, the variety, how cold it's served. Any of those things sound so good right now.
I should have brought those cold ones. Majority of the beer we do serve is from Colorado.
Okay.
Because we are a great beer state. We do source, we have selective amount of beers. We have 16 beers on tap. We'd like to have more. Okay. And then we have cans and bottles. A few selected ones from all over the world and the country. We feature a few, but I mean, delicious cold beer, great varieties.
How great is that, like after a bike ride, or after a ski day, or after a couple bowl laps?
Or like hike to Crested Butte and back. You see, when people guzzle that first beer, the cookies.
The cookies are coming out, buddy. I hope you have fun. I know, it's not, don't worry, it's not organic lemons. I'm just a repurposer. I really believe in that.
Family's going to be happy with these.
Yeah, there you go. I think
if
you
they
have
make
a couple instant.
Sounds like the older one, Isabel, made it over here. So.
I love it. Yeah. You're going to be an instant hero. So thank you, Kevin Joseph. And thank you guys for watching us this week on The Local Show. We'll see you next week, guys. Paradise Bakery and Gelateria is famous for their fresh homemade baked cookies, muffins, and gelato. Locally owned and operated, they're proud of their amazing crew and appreciate locals who've kept them in business, celebrating their 50th anniversary in 2026.
Want to live like a local? Help us reduce food waste, a major contributor to climate change.
You can help in 3 simple ways.
Plan menus carefully and only buy what you need.
Collect unused scraps for compost.
Buy ugly fruits and vegetables.
Reduce food waste.
Live like a local.
From Olympic podium to Aspen real estate, I'm Chris Klug, and I know what it takes to succeed. As an athlete, I mastered perseverance and strategy, qualities I now bring to real estate. Whether you're buying or selling, my dedication and commitment are unwavering. Together we'll navigate the market and achieve your real estate dreams.
The Wheeler Opera House in the heart of Aspen, rooted locally, recognized globally. Your destination for music, comedy, dance, theater, and more. Learn more at WheelerOperaHouse.com. Aspen's creative art scene can be found at the Red Brick Center for the Arts, hosting exhibitions by Colorado artists, youth and adult art classes, working artist studios, and nonprofits. The Red Brick is launching the new Aspen Public Art Program. More at redbrickaspen.com. Located slopeside at Aspen Highlands, Highlands Ale House is open daily, offering affordable scratch-made comfort food, delicious beers and cocktails, ideal after your Maroon Bells adventure or for a family meal. Rehearsal dinners and weddings are a specialty at our beautiful venue. WeCycle offers free 30-minute rides for short, transit-oriented trips along the 32-mile corridor from Aspen to Carbondale. New for 2025, Snowmass Village riders can access e-bikes at 11 popular locations. Learn more at wecycle.org. Since 1996, Sundog Athletics offers professional instruction and guiding in 8 mountain adventure sports, including Aspen's exclusive e-biking and canoeing adventures. More at sundogathletics.com.
Welcome to